Hey guys, this is Vinay and you're watching my show, Let's Talk. Today the guest who is on my show had captained the under-19 28 years back. And today he's busy spotting young talent and grooming them. He's the chief coach of MRF Pace Foundation, Mr. Senthilnathan. Mr. Senthil, welcome to the show. Thank you for taking time and coming.
Thank you very much.
So 28 years back when you were actually, leading a team for the World Cup under-19, how was the experience back then?
No, at the 18, you basically don't know anything about it. Like you play the game and you want to win, and you want to enjoy the game basically. And at the end of the day, but when you see you're a captain of the side and you have some responsibilities going with you, and the tournament was held in Australia, so different kinds of wicket and different kinds of atmosphere. It was great.
You enjoyed playing the?
Yeah, it is. Like we had a good side and we did pretty well, but. We didn't win it actually.
And while you were playing good cricket, how did the transition happen for you to go off cricket and do what you're doing today?
No, everybody goes through this. Like you can't keep playing cricket forever. So what happens is like once you will understand. Like okay, my retiring time has come. So what do I do the next? So I really, instead of going and working in some office or something like that, might realize think what was happening. But that time was the the level 1, 2, 3 of coaching was coming through the BCCI, and like it has become a profession now. We can call yourself as a cricket coach and say you're a professional.
Back then it wasn't something like that.
Yeah, back then it wasn't something like that. It was done more for a passion those days, but today it is a profession. You can take cricket coaching as a profession
full-time career.
Full-time, yeah, it is. So
and you've been with the Pace Foundation for quite a number of years now.
Yeah, because this is what I'm completed 26 years with the MRF now. Because I joined them at 21, I was playing for MRF. MRF had a cricket team, and like that's the time I was playing first class cricket in a zone and to the rest of India and all this stuff. And once I started, when I started playing cricket, competitive cricket, then I thought it's time I move into coaching, and it happened. So the Pace Foundation was there, and I have seen Dennis Lilly from that day.
Exactly.
There wasn't any coach for batting, but I've always listened about the fast bowling coaching and what he's talking to the boys. This was the thing which was happening at the Pace Foundation, which helped me to take over when I become the chief coach of the Pace Foundation.
And you have seen the transition of from Dennis to McGrath to a lot of players coming and going, stalwarts of cricket being created by MRF Pace Foundation.
Yeah.
Must have been a very interesting journey.
It is. Of course, what happens is like like you start seeing cricket from a passion and things like that to professionalism. It was just a beautiful transaction. Today you call everybody a professionals because a lot of money has come in, which is good for cricket. I don't say anything on that. But of course, spending a lot of time with Dennis and now moving on to Glenn McGrath. Actually, what happens is like Glenn McGrath's idol was Dennis Lilly. And Glenn McGrath himself has trained at the MRF Pace Foundation way back in early 90s.
Yeah.
So
it was natural for him.
Yeah, it was natural for him to just follow the same routine what Dennis have to say and technical wise and things like that. So it was very nice for us to get Glenn after Dennis, because it wasn't too much of changing technical wise or things like that. So what we've been following. And today, as Glenn has played the modern day cricket, what he called modern day cricket is like 2020 and one days and tests. So which is helping our boys much more than anything else.
And how much do you enjoy playing cricket versus what you're doing now in terms of coaching? So what is more difficult?
Yeah, of course, playing is as you always enjoy it. Like that was your sort of passion and things like that. So it was very nice at that time. So when you changing yourself from playing to other things like coaching and things like that. So always I think my wife, when I sometimes go back home and say, I'm tired, I'm sitting, the first thing my wife will say is, be lucky that you got your passion as your job.
Absolutely.
And it always reacts, yes, of course. She says so many people study something and they work something,
and here you are,
and you are enjoying yourself teaching the same thing what you have learned.
That's
so
true.
Something you have enjoyed. I said yes. That's the time. I said yes. What she's saying is very sensible, and I should Even if I'm tired, but I'm enjoying my job.
Your
Let's
job.
see.
And you've seen a lot of boys in the MRF Pace Foundation. How do you identify and pick in? Will you get to know people who are going to make it?
Yeah, see, that's actually what happens is there's eye for talent. You know, it's an inborn or whatever it is. It comes through
Instinct.
Yeah, instinct, and it comes through. You can't explain that. You know, there are certain things you see him and you just pick that boy saying that. Yeah, he might not have played anything, but
You know that there's something in him.
something hits you. Yeah, he's got something. We need to work with him. So that's called talent. You know, eye for talent. So that. To me, I think it's not very difficult to explain what it is, but it is everybody's naturally have to have that eye for talent.
And one of them, anyone names that comes to your mind when you say you had thought very early that this person will make it big, and they have eventually gone and made it big.
No, we have gone through all the boys. If you see, we've got our number at the Pace Foundation is close to 18 boys have played for full-time cricketers have played for India, international cricket. But there are a lot of boys who had come for a shot, since we call it as 2 weeks or 3 weeks like that. So that's a list is as much as anything else. So in that way, if you see like those days when we had Munaf Patel as a very raw person, you know, like he had the speed, and then the Pace Foundation Dennis really worked with him, and then he got him onto this thing. So we also have now like Varun Arun, he was picked at 16 and a half years. Thinking that he will play for the country and he will be a defender. That's what I'm saying. You
can't explain it in words.
You can't words.
It's
just that. Yeah. So now he is, moving fastest in India. So that's the thing.
And tell us about the Pace Foundation itself. For people seeing this who are young people, who want to take up cricket and families seeing this, right? What exactly does the Pace Foundation do? What's the process like?
Actually, I do get a lot of calls from parents and things like that, and they think MRF Pace Foundation is like another academy where you can pay and join yourself and things like that. MRF Pace Foundation is a unique one only for fast bowlers.
Correct.
There is no academy in the world only for fast
bowlers. You're specialized.
It's a specialized thing. And here, MRF is sponsoring everything. That is, they pump in all the money required for the academy, like basically the Pace Foundation, like from the boy, stay, food, transportation, clothing, everything is taken care of. And the boys stay for at most 7 months with us.
And only the hand-selected people?
Yeah, that's what happens, we can't go for any beginners or something like that, because it's like you can have people playing, a lot of people playing for a first-class cricket, but from a first class to playing for the country is a huge step.
Yeah.
So that's where we come into. Like guys will be under 19s basically, so we start picking them, then they play for the entry. And at given a point now we have about 24 boys. Like we have raised the numbers. Earlier stages we used to have only 15. But today we have raised the number because
people.
Only reason is these boys have a lot of commitments in the state. Like they have the state going for other tournaments and things like that. So they go and come back. So that's why we raise the numbers. We need to have at least 15-20 boys all the time. So that's the way it is, and it's definitely not for beginners. So you should have minimum played for a under 19 state level, and the state association has to recommend them for our selections.
Correct. It's all through a selection process.
Yeah, it's only selections, only for selections. So from the selections, every year we don't get 25 new.
Yeah.
We might take only 4 because whatever required, somebody must have been played for the country, he get graduated. And somebody has been there with us for quite some time, he will get graduated because he has learnt everything. Now he has to go and do his job. And like that, it's maybe a 4 or 5 we might change. So all throughout India, all the associations sending the best bowlers, in that we need to take a 5.
And you've always said to the young boys out there, telling that nowadays cricket has changed so much over the period of years, where money has become a very pertinent role, and your advice to young people is always that don't put money in front of you, play good cricket and money will follow you.
Yes.
So tell us more about that.
Today I think the time that IPL has started, huge money has come into it. Earlier it was only first class, but still the money was there, but this is a huge money. So what happens is, everybody wants money, the boys were all wanting quick money. First thing they want to play for is an IPL.
Yeah, they want to get picked up by the IPL.
So I always tell them they just go by IPL. You play for the country, they will come. If you go there, you may not get a chance to play. You will be just being there for a couple of years and they will pick somebody else.
Correct.
So, but if you play for the country, they will come, they will pick you, and you will be playing for a longer side. So that's the easier route. So look to play for the country. I keep telling the boys every maybe couple of weeks. No, seriously, because that's the way it is today.
Correct.
Because they want to play IPL, they see the glamour, they see lights, they see fun and things like that. So they
It's
want
become
to
like this. It's almost like a celebrity, right?
Of course, it's like a festival, to be very frank. I still remember the first match I saw, oh, what's happening? A lot of music, a lot of lights. When you see a international game, you don't see the music, so much of lights happening, so many. So it's fun and it's good cricket also.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Yeah, it is.
And nowadays, cricket is one thing, but there's so many other things that come along with that. Brand endorsements, events, going and making public appearances, and some of them even having their hands in movies. So is that a distraction according to you? What do you tell to the young boys there?
Of course, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. We keep telling them all these things will follow if you focus on your cricket.
You should be good at your game first.
You have to do your job and the rest of other times. You know, like for example, if you have to go for practice, you can never cut a practice and go for that.
Go for that, yeah.
You have your practice, you have your routines done.
You have your time, then you...
Yeah, you have the routines, we call it as routines. You have the routines to be done. And then the rest of the time you can meet your friends, and of course you need to do all that as well. So you can do that. But what happens is sometimes they, like the more avoiding practice and trying
something
to go,
coming there.
And then so that's where you can see the people just fading away very quickly. So,
and you always take example of Sachin Tendulkar.
Of course.
You said, look at him as an idol, and he's invested so much in cricket, and money has followed him.
I mean, you can't see a person like Sachin. To be very frank, as a disciplinary and the way he has gone with his game, don't tell me he doesn't have any distractions. But his focus on cricket was amazing, and no better person you can take another example than either for playing cricket or being disciplined. Those are things which is amazing.
Absolutely. In conversation with the Chief Coach of MRF Pace Foundation, Senthilnathan, we'll be right back. Senthil, this season we are promoting awareness on cancer. Coming from the sports, staying healthy is so important, and cancer is something which is spreading very, very widely. So what is your message on creating awareness?
Vinay, let me be very frank. The moment you said you are doing something for this, I said wherever I am and I'm good at this and to do my best, whatever I can, So to be more jovial. Last week itself I was here.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
exactly.
This is the day, because I was thinking the Wednesday it was going. So I didn't want to miss it out and things like that. And I know Glenn McGraw is a huge, he's got a awareness for cancer foundation, McGraw Foundation. And I've heard a lot about him, what he does and things like that. And I'm really happy to be here, and if at all I can do a bit, I think I should be really doing it.
And especially in cancer, getting regular tests done is so important. Youngsters, the boys coming in, their families and people watching this, it's so important that they get their tests done, because if it is treated early, detected early, treatment can be that much more easy. So we are hoping that the show will actually educate people not to be scared. Get the test done regularly. Don't think that it's not going to happen to you, because we never know how our destinies are. Last segment of the show, one-liner answers from you for some quick questions.
Okay.
One advice from someone that has completely changed your life.
From Dennis, when I took over as a Pace Foundation Chief Coach, all he had to tell me was, Senthil, the boy is giving his life in your hand. So if you don't know about something in a particular technical thing, you tell the boy that you will refer and come. You can always get back to his videos, see, and if you're not able to find out, you can give me a call. We can have a discussion on that, and then we can give them the advice. So just remember, the boy is just giving his life. So we should not tell something wrong.
One cricketer of the recent times that you feel that has put in a lot of hard work to reach where he is?
From the Pace Foundation, I will say Varun Arun. The kind of work discipline he has got, it's amazing.
One message or a word to describe the following people. Sachin Tendulkar.
Ultimate.
Dennis.
I owe everything to him on coaching fast bowling. Discipline and a good friend of mine.
Jawahar Srinath?
Played with him, and one of the best bowlers India has produced.
From the recent cricketers, Dhoni?
Dhoni is the best captain I've seen.
And Kohli?
Getting as a best captain and a great batsman, he's all-round batsman. So.
And the Chennai cricketer Ashwin?
Ashwin is a very smart cricketer. He knows his strengths and weaknesses.
One thing that you do apart from coaching, what's the fun stuff?
I like to travel around.
Okay.
So I do when I get a breaks, I do travel around, and I'm just back from a holiday with my family. So.
One thing that gives you a kick or a high?
Watching somebody really play well, or basically a cricket game.
A good cricket
game, yeah, and a close game, and somebody showing their nerve to win, and taking the pressure very well. Those kind of things are really fascinates me.
When you started off playing under 19, 28, 30 years back, and today when you see your journey of being the chief coach of the MRF Pace Foundation, did you ever think you would be where you are today?
No, because I was thinking I will play for the country, but I didn't make it to the country. So that's definitely there, but I don't take it as even today a lot of people do tell me that how did I miss it and things like that. So I always blame myself. I should have been more, maybe my laziness took me a little down. I should have been more working harder. So that's why I tell these boys today, please don't be like me, because I was lazy, so I didn't make it to the India. So guys, work harder and harder, so you get a lot of things.
Absolutely. Pleasure having you on the show. It was wonderful talking to you. And MRF Pace Foundation has made a name in India which is recognized across the world. And you're an integral part of it, and you've been with the foundation for so long. People watching this would definitely take something out of it. Thank you for taking time and coming.
Thank you very much.
Your thoughts on coming on the show?
First thing I want to congratulate you, and I hope this show doesn't stop with Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. I hope it goes throughout the world, not only in India. This awareness, whatever you're doing for the best for the cancer people, please go ahead and do it. And all the best.
Thank you so much. Before we let you go, a small token of appreciation from our gifting partners.
Thank you.
I hope you like it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm M. Senthilnathan, Chief Coach of the MRF Pace Foundation. Subscribe to this channel. Let's talk with Vinay.
Yeah, they want to get picked up from by the RPL.
So I always tell them, they just go by IPL. You play for the country, they will come. If you go there, you may not get a chance to play. You will be just being there for a couple of years, and they will pick somebody else.
Correct.